Alright, hi you guys. So today I'm gonna do something without my hubby. It's pretty much in response to some things that he's found on YouTube about biracial people. And so I pretty much decided, I'd put something up about being biracial as well. Um, Let me begin by first saying that if you don't know what I am, because most of the time people don't, I am black and white, and of course a little bit of Native American. But I have been mistaken for pretty much everything under the sun that is not considered white. You wouldn't believe it, but I've been mistaken for pretty much Asian. Of course Latino when my hair is straighter, and everything else. Most people don't actually ask me what I am. They just pretty much assume and then get shocked. But here are a few questions that I noticed on YouTube that I feel like I want to respond to. Let me also start with, I am not the only one in my family who's biracial, and don't assume that we're all black and white. I do have a full white sister. I have a brother who's exactly like me, and then I have a sister who's white and Hispanic. But growing up, of course, I was also adopted, so that'll be another subject later down the line. But growing up for me, because I was in a predominantly white neighborhood, was very, very difficult, especially because I wasn't one of those people who just stated I was black. Like, I would pretty much say I'm both, or three, whenever I felt the need to say that I was Native American. But growing up, I pretty much was, outcasted by both the black people in my school and the white people, and I never really truly had a boyfriend because a lot of guys just didn't know if it was okay to date me. I found this out later in life, of course. Another thing that I saw on YouTube about being biracial was hair. Just so you know, this is my hair in the natural state. I just washed it yesterday, so it's not as big as it usually gets. But again, growing up, it was very difficult to do things with my hair because it's not thick like most black people, and it's not thin like most white people. So basically, I couldn't put perms in it. The kind that makes your hair curly, and I couldn't put relaxers in it, the kind that makes your hair straight. I couldn't do too much of anything because it would just pretty much tear my hair up. So I didn't end up with the very easy, was the word manipulated hair. I don't know what the word is, but anyway, I pretty much walked around like this or with pigtails just to push my hair back, and my hair really was a touchy subject growing up because it would always like frizz up a lot, and there's nothing I could do about it. So growing up was pretty hard when it came to my hair. And then another question I think was asked was, would people pretty much just assume you were black? Like I said, a lot of the times people would just assume I was black, or they would assume I was something else. They never asked me what I was. I pretty much just told people. I was very proud to be what I was, and I think that was one of the reasons that people just, kind of shunned me, because like I said, growing up in a predominantly white neighborhood, black people thought I was, too light skinned, I guess, to hang out with. But basically, it was more racist, and so it was hard for me to pretty much get friends. I had like maybe two growing up that were really close to me, and one of them was an all-white girl, and then the other one was half Armenian, and her other half was a whole bunch of other things because her dad was like, I don't even know. I know one of them's got Irish, I believe. I'm sorry, Megan, if you're watching this. Because I know that you're part Armenian. The rest of it I can never remember. But there are more stories I probably would tell you guys about it later. But one quick story. Um, a friend of my, Megan and myself and her niece, um, she lived in Virginia, which is, you know, really racist when I was growing up. So she, myself, and her niece would go out to eat in places like that. Well, I obviously, of course, look like a black person. My friend Megan looked white with a tan, of course. And then her niece is half Hispanic and some other stuff. So, of course, she looked Mexican. Well, we would go out, and a lot of comments were made about why that white person were hanging out with, you know, the N word and the S word. I'm not going to say them because it might, you know, offend some people. But yeah, so it was really hurtful. But, you know, I guess in the end it taught me to stand strong and be okay with what I am. And if you don't like what I am, oh well. So I'm going to end with that. If you have any questions for me, specific questions or something like that, feel free to type them out in the, you know, the box, the comment box, I guess is what it's called. And, you know, I'll be more than happy to answer them. So, yeah. Jesus.